All right, welcome back with Parish President Michel Claudet talking about the rainfall totals in Terrebonne Parish. Let's bring up the map again, Jay, if we can. 6 to 8 inches of rain in some areas of Terrebonne Parish. Over how many hours was that, Michel? Did that fall?
It started right around 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning, and for the most part, it was over by noon. So You're talking about a very short period of time for that amount of rain.
All right, problematic areas that we've had forever. Not just you. I can go through 7 parish presidents, all had problems in it. Buquet Street area, Hollywood Road. Some businesses receive water, but on Buquet Street, you have an interesting proposition. What is that? I want to hear that.
Well, a couple of things. In the Buquet Street area, not only are we doing a drainage program that'll go ahead and remove culverts and allow it to drain better, but we also have just, in fact, it's about ready to come out, where we're going to be buying out people who are in very low-lying areas at the end of these arteries. If you're in the backs of these subdivisions, you're below the tailwater elevation, you'll be eligible for us to buy you out, and then when we buy those individuals out, we're going to demolish the homes and make it reservoir green space for, to prevent the flooding in the future.
And that gives the pumps a chance, or reservoirs, to catch up.
Correct.
So your thinking is, cost you a lot less to buy them out than to build a massive infrastructure to keep them dry.
To change all that. And that's not only there. That'll be at Roberta Grove. It'll be in the back of Westview Drive. We generally had tremendous problems in Broadmoor, but I've gotten reports that there was no flooding in Broadmoor, which we had a $750,000, almost $1 million that we spent in Broadmoor to alleviate that situation. And while we're over there too, you may have noticed that there was no flooding on Bayou Gardens Boulevard by Peterson's. And the reason is we put in a gate to prevent that flooding, and we were able to get there in time and close the gate so that there was no flooding that went on to Bayou Gardens, except for a little bit that started before we closed it.
The ring levee around Chabert and the gate system, that seemed to work pretty good.
We did, and what happened, we have some gates there, and we can redirect the flows to direct it to what's basically the Walter Land property in there, which serves as a reservoir, and it serves as a big reservoir until the event has passed, and then we open up the gates. It flows into our system, and very similar things happen on that.
It's almost like a little Morganza.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned Hollywood Road, and that has been a problem for years on the businesses in that area.
There it is right here.
And I can assure you that that is presently being addressed. Councilman Picillotta is right on top of that, and we've just finished an elevation study. The Atlantis Engineers has already been appointed for that, and this is something that we will be rectifying, and I would anticipate it'll go up for not only construction and bid, but it'll probably be certainly within the next 9 months.
I know this has been, you're right, this has been on Councilman Picillotta's radar, and he has tried to take care of a problem that is, I want to say neglected, but everybody who's ever been in office has fought this problem, but it seems like now, you made a comment to me. You're not trying to fix these to put a Band-Aid on them. You're trying to fix the problem.
We're trying to fix them.
On a whole. So that's going to take some time.
And that's the same thing that happened in Broadmoor, Alimont subdivision, Sunset subdivision, Savan Road right now. We had people calling flooding behind the convenience store right at the corner of Savannah and 311. We have a project that's already, the documents have been signed. Byron Talbot is going to be working on that. That was basically $1 million project that came in under bid, and that's going to rectify that. And it should be beginning construction very shortly. These projects don't go real quick. You have to identify them, and you have to get them squared away. And that's the same thing that's going to happen at Pineland and Jefferson and other places.
Then you got to bid them out.
We got to bid them out. We got to do all that. And unfortunately, we have to go for the lowest bidder, even though sometimes we'd rather be with a local company that we think that they would do better work.
All right, let's do this. If you want to call, and let's use this, folks, in a way where if you have some information that could help for the future of the drainage and the rain, give us information that maybe we don't know. 879-1231. 879-1231. HTV, welcome to the program tonight. Your question or comment? Go ahead, please.
Hey, everything's, you can say anything you want to say, right?
Yeah, but just say it within reason. Don't libel anybody.
No, I got a question to ask y'all.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you go towards Grand Isle, when you cross over the bridge, I think they need a towboat on the bridge. When you cross on the highway, cross the bridge to pay to get on across that bridge, because it's very bad for the people to go to that place wherever down in Grand Isle, and it's all the time closed. And you got to go to a store and pay for the ticket to pay for the ticket to cross the bridge. I tell you what, they need to have a towboat on that bridge for the people to pay on the bridge, or else, because because people's tired of passing over the bridge and don't have nothing to pay on the bridge. When they build that bridge, they should have built a towboat on the bridge itself, because people's got to go to the store and pay to get on it, to cross the bridge, come back from Grand Isle and everything, and you got to get on the thing. And the other day when we went, the computer was out of order at the store, and my friend had to go online to pay for a towboat when we got back from Grand Isle. So they need to try to get a towboat on that bridge.
All right. We appreciate your call tonight. We're going to save the comments for another night. We're talking about mainly rain flooding, but we'll bring it up on another night for you. How about that?
All right, thank you.
Martin, can I mention this?
Absolutely.
They do have plans to put a cash booth out there in the very near future, and I don't know, and most people don't have that opportunity, but if you can get a tag, not only does your tag work over that bridge, but it also works over the G&O bridge. Okay. And it really works well going back and forth. I got it around the time that I had all the BP matters, but I was going back and forth. Every other day the governor was calling a press conference, and so we were running pretty quick.
All right, that's good news. HTV, welcome to the program. Question or comment, please? Hello? You there? Okay, I seem to have...
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
My calls to your phone number are either not allowed or they haven't...
I don't know, I lost all of them. But let's talk about this. I think we're so programmed as a community, including me. Been doing this 26 years, so every time you have a big rain, and the face has changed, the parish president has changed, but I think every parish president sort of learns from the past parish president, and whether you do something about it is up to the parish president. It seems you have tried to take the cumulative approach to try to put the thing as a puzzle, which can be quite confusing and challenging at times, can't it?
No question about it. But, there's plenty of things that have happened, and we've looked at this over the years, but it's a matter of trying to get it resolved. Now, Martin, we're going out for construction, and I say bid. We're receiving the bids. I believe today we got it on Ashland Pump Station. In about a week, we'll be getting the Summerfield Pump Station. When we get the Summerfield Pump Station, that's going to be another 48-inch pumps that we're going to add. Bayroyd is right next to it, which is the Deweyville. We've done things all around that we're going to do that. One of the areas that really continues to perplex me, and a lot of it has to do with reservoir and the flows of the water, is that 11A system that includes the Bonanza Pump Station and actually goes from Bayou Terrebonne to Little Bayou Black. In that whole area, they have Bonanza Pump Station in there, they have the Lake Crescent Pump Station, and Ellendale Pumps. And it all goes into Whiskey Bayou on one side, and then it comes down and also it goes into the Bonanza area and crosses over. And truly, that's an area that I think we need more storage capacity, and we have ideas, and we're going to get that thing fixed.
Because really, those all sort of get choked up in the smaller canals, don't they?
Oh, no question about it. And in addition to the Bayou Cane residents who've suffered over the years much longer than they needed to suffer, in addition to that, we're talking about, and that's part of the reasons that you're having flooding all over the MLK area, all on the Hollywood Road, on the South Hollywood Road area, because of all the problems that you're running into. And that's all stuff that needs to be addressed and will be addressed.
All right, let's do this. So we'll take some phone calls, 879-1231, and then we'll take a break, then we'll come back and take some more. HTV, welcome to the program. You're on. Go ahead, please. Hello. Some reason we
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead. You're on. Go ahead.
I'm on the air.
You're on the air. Go ahead.
I'd wonder, I got a question from Mr. Claudet.
Go ahead.
Since this is the first time since they put the big jaws in the ditch from on Cleveland Street to go into the intercoastal, and it flooded here. What they had? They forgot to put the pumps on?
Where are you talking
What
about?
street?
On Cleveland Street off of Grand Calle. It's flooded.
Cleveland
And
Street.
this is the first time since they put the big pipes all the way to the tunnel.
All right,
While the water go behind the Honduras school.
all right, let me ask you something. Take a deep breath. I want to ask you something. How much, what are you talking, how much water came in, and did it get in your house or did it get in your yard? Tell me a little bit about the water.
Let me tell you, if it had kept on another 10 minutes, I'd have had water, and my house is 11 inches, 12 inches above the ground.
All right, so no water in your house, though?
No, thank God.
Okay.
All right.
But
Now-
I'm wondering why we had the street was all flooded.
All right, let Mr. Claudet
This
answer,
is the
okay?
first time since they put the new pipes.
All right, hold on one second. Okay, go ahead.
I'm not aware of the reason. I'm going to find out if there was a valve or something that maybe should have been closed or should have been open that was not. But I'm sorry for the inconvenience that you suffered, and I'll make absolutely certain that that's going to be rectified in the future. I'm certainly hoping that the project that was meant to make things better did not make anything worse, and I'm praying that that's not the case.
But the good news, we're no water in the house.
That's
But
the
I
good
think,
news.
you know, in listening to people, of course, we were on for 2 hours today in the midday, and we hear it all the time. When the water's coming in, people get anxious, they get
No
nervous,
question.
and rightly so. But the good news is, it didn't make it to the house.
Right, but we don't want it to even get that close.
Right, yeah, we don't want people getting nervous.
We don't want it to get that close.
For sure. What we're going to do, we appreciate all the calls. We'll take a break. If you have something on your mind, 879-1231. 879-1231. We'll be back. What's our weather looking like?